like I've said before, I'm one of those that likes that intimacy, and I mean, I've kind of lived a little. I'm 30. I have a 14-year-old daughter. I'm like, I've been through the life experience stuff. Well, some of it. So I can kind of like the conversation we were having beforehand, just to fill you guys in. It is hard to, when you're a certain kind of artist, when you've been through certain kinds of things and you're speaking about really deep things, for everybody to really relate to it. Yeah. And I really like it because it's something that I can personally like really relate to.
Yeah, all my songs are true, and they're all about my life or how I feel or things that I've experienced with my family or friends, or just, it's my life, you know. I mean, that's all that it is, really. And
I really like that on Saturday when you had said, of course I can't say it verbatim here because the FCC, but as you were playing, you were like, you know, these are all songs about my life. And if you don't like it, F you, right? Because it is what it is. It's your music. You're the artist. And that's what's awesome, because there's a lot of people that are sometimes even afraid to be completely themselves.
Well, I get a lot of flack from people in general just because they'll be like, well, how come your songs are so sad? Or how come they're this? Or how come they're that? And it's, I mean, like, I was playing a show and this guy came up to me and he was like, I really love what you're doing, but why so sad? I mean, like, I've worked, you know, and life's been kind of rough, but, you know, is it really that bad? And I just looked at him and I smiled and said, you know what, everybody's got to purge, you know, like, you know, right now, no, life is great, I'm super happy, but if I don't have a way to purge, then I lose my smile, you know, like, I don't want to be depressed all the time. I'm bipolar, you know, I'm on a list of other stuff. I've been in therapy for like 7 years, you know, I mean, like, this is my way of getting stuff out so I can be free and be happy and live a normal life, you know, or whatever normal means. I mean,
your kind of therapy.
Yeah, I mean, this is what gets me through the day. If I'm feeling really upset, that's where most of these songs always come from. It's just I'm in just a really emotional pit. So instead of like drinking or doing something super self-destructive, like I pick up my bass and a song comes out, you know. So that's
awesome.
I think that's a lot better.
It is very cool. I was actually just giving advice to a friend who was, you know, not in the best of spirits, and I'm like, you know, pick up your sketch pad and a pen, and it's, to me, that's the time when you're supposed to hone into your talent, especially if you are a musician or an artist, you know. Getting those emotions out and releasing it in a positive manner is so much more constructive than, you know, drinking it away or just getting pissed off, or, you know, it's really cool to see people out there using that and using their talent for what it's for, not just being like, oh, I got a set of pipes, I'm going to sing anything. Yeah. Like, using it to actually get through your life is awesome.
Well, something like I've always said is that for me personally, I mean, I don't know how many people it's true for, but for me it's definitely true that my joy is just as great as my sorrow, you know, and I have had a rough life. I mean, I've got friends that have had way rougher lives than I have, you know, and they deal with it their own way, and, like, this is how I deal with it my way, you know. Everybody has their own path to walk, you know, so it's just what you do is what you do, and this is what I do, you know, and pretty much if people have a problem with it, well, it doesn't matter, because I'm still going to be who I am. I'm still going to do what I do, you know, to be happy and to live, you know. I'd much rather be doing this than, you know, hiding in my room, like, a candlelight, crying and, like, cutting myself, which is what I used to do, you know? Yeah. So I don't want to be that person
This is definitely
anymore.
A step up from the cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, though, and that's awesome and commendable that you actually have overcome something like that, because, I mean, I know people who have dealt with self-mutilation issues and stuff like that, and, you know, I didn't grow up the mentally healthiest child either. I mean, I went through my fair share of stuff. I think we all have. Everybody could probably be chalked into one category or another when it comes to stuff, but I mean, it's really cool to see that people have honed into raw talent and actually just use it to overcome those things. You can sing about the bad stuff. It doesn't mean the bad stuff has to take over. Like,
exactly.
You're in control, and that's really cool that you've overcome that.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. I just want to say real quick, we have these little things we have to do every now and then, and it's about that time to kind of let you guys know a little bit about the different shows on KYRS. That's my phone buzzing. You can hand it to me if you want. It should be right there in front of you. Is it? Maybe not.
Oh.
Oh, it's on the other side in the corner there. Yeah, see, you guys are along for the raw and uncut ride. Thank you. I have a vibrating phone. I don't know who this is calling. What was I just saying? Oh, yes. I'm supposed to, promote some other shows and tell you guys about all the other fun stuff you can find. Again, I'm the Queen of Mean. You're tuned into Queens of Noise on KYRS Thin Air Community Radio. And Zebrana Bastard has some more music for us. Yeah! What do you got now?
I was thinking I'm going to try, it's fun because I know it's really hard for me to not cuss because I'm like my vocabulary, like this is very challenging, so, but I'm going to attempt to do a song called Drifter, and I'm going to try and edit out as I go along, which there's only a couple of spots, so I'm going to do the best I can. I got your back, just in case. We've already went through this thoroughly, just so you guys know.
I play it good behind the mic, but, I have a mouth like a sailor. So it was really hard the first year I was in here to weed out music that didn't have, naughty words in it, or even to watch my own mouth. So I totally understand. I got your back, and just in case, I got you covered.
You got the 8 second delay.
We got that 8-second delay dump button, so just in case something slips out, I hopefully can catch it and just cut it out of there so we don't upset anybody. And what is this track?
It's called Drifter.
Drifter. Zebrana Bastard, everybody.
Sometimes encumbered by my thorns. The blood stain lingers in my head. Back when demons dance around my bed, but now I live a warm and free. That's who I was meant to be. Well, everything is everything. Oh yes, everything is everything. I've been out there with the trees, always doing as I please, and I won't give in today. No, I won't give in today. No, I won't give in today.
I need to learn the word yeah in a bunch of different languages. Awesome. Fantastic. So the phone rang a couple times, but I couldn't bring myself to answer the phone and you know, talk while you're playing. So if anybody wants to give us a call back, the Prince is here. He can answer the phone now. Yeah, I just threw you under the bus like that. You like that? Whoop whoop. All right, we got about 15 more minutes left until 9 o'clock, and then we'll have an hour left in the show. So you're welcome to be here as long as your little heart pleases, just so you know.
Well, I only stayed here to do this, so stayed in Spokane to do this an extra 2 days, so yeah, you got me all night if you want.
Oh yeah, maybe we should just go do some karaoke tonight.
I'm down.
Yes.
I heard PJ's is doing karaoke.
Yeah, they do.
Y'all should come out.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so if you want to hang out with the cool kids, you should go to PJ's tonight. See, usually I go to the local gay bar downtown.
Nice.
They're having a drag show this evening.
Oh, that's way awesome.
Yeah, and it's pretty much free to get in. I was supposed to go there, so if I don't show up, some friends might be disappointed, but maybe I'll just text them and tell them to come to PJ's.
Karaoke, that's hard.
I know.
They're both really equally awesome.
Super entertaining, and they're two great places, too, that I love to go to. So, you know, you guys take your pick. Maybe I'll be downtown, or maybe the two of us will be at PJ's doing some karaoke. So you guys should, you know, pop over to one of the two and surprise us. Say, hey, we were listening and you're awesome. I did want to give just a little quick shout out to my friend Kim and her girlfriend Jen, who are listening. And thanks for listening, guys. I'm pretty sure it's the very first time they've ever tuned into my show, and I've been here for 4 years. So way to be awesome and be a supportive friend. I appreciate you.
Yeah, actually, my best friend Tika is listening right now, and my friend Michael. So thank you guys.
Oh, you got she's got the laptop.
I got my Facebook on, so yeah.
Now that I have my phone on the other side of the studio here, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to take some pictures of you, and they're going to go on Facebook, so you guys will get to see what's happening in the studio here.
Yeah, thank you everybody who's tuning in, like everybody back home and everybody that supports me. It really means a lot to me. Like, and thank you for having me on the show
Absolutely.
too. I mean, everything. It really means a lot to me because without you guys, it's just me chilling in my house doing this by myself.
Right. Well, that's what Queens of Noise is all about too, is highlighting ladies in music. It's like people are always like, oh, what kind of music do you play? Is it just punk rock? And I'm like, kind of started out that way, but just being a girl and being that emotional creature, for lack of a better phrase, I really can relate to all different. Yes, I can relate to all different genres. I love all music, especially just any woman with such a powerful voice, such as yourself, which I know you're not shocked to hear that, I'm sure, but it is a very, very powerful voice.
Thank
and
you.
You're exactly the kind of person I like to have on the show, and it's just a plus that you're from Washington too, you know what I mean? You're local or technically a regional artist, so, you know, if anybody finds themselves in the Tacoma area or anywhere else, you got to hunt her down.
I travel a lot.
Do you?
So, yeah, chances are you probably won't find me in Tacoma, but that's where I live.
Well, that's okay. Find her in Spokane. She'll be back here to hang out with us. Okay, so again, it's almost 9 o'clock. If you guys got friends out there you want to tune in, spread the word, let them know there's still a whole hour left in the show. They can tune in. For your friends that are out there listening that are unfamiliar with us, we have a Facebook too. Queens of Noise on Facebook. You can look up Susan Morsky as well. It's my real name. Don't tell anybody. Shh. You can look me up if you have trouble finding that. And yeah, start some networking, get some people out there, and you know, if you have other musicians or other friends or artists too, when you get back home, let them know what's up. You can bring them back here. You guys can all come hang out.
Spokane's awesome. It's been, for being stuck in a town for 5 or 6 days, it really hasn't been that bad. Usually I get kind of like, I don't know, like I just want to go, but I've been like keeping myself busy. There's been a lot of really cool people I've been hanging out with, so. It's
pretty chill. It's one of those places where, I mean, people that, like, I've only been here 7 years, but people, and I grew up in Moses Lake, which is, you know, just over 100 miles west, and it's a small, dirty farmer town with nothing to do but to get into trouble, and people are like, oh, Spokane's just a bigger, dirtier Moses Lake. But I personally love it here, and I think maybe it's because I didn't grow up here. People that have just lived here their whole lives are like, I hate it, I'm so over it. But I think it's wonderful because you can live that fast-paced life, or you can just chill and, you know, take it easy. I like that. I feel like the Seattle area, stuff like that, would be way too busy for me. I might like it, you never know.